the revealing tale behind 28 Weeks Later. From its unexpected arrival to capturing the attention of critics, viewers, and the box office, 28 Days Later became a sensation. This was especially remarkable considering it was a zombie movie. Well, sort of. By the time we saw the plane flying over Jim, Selena, Hannah, and their makeshift help sign, audiences were eager to find out what happens next, not just to the characters, but to the entire world. So, director Danny Boyle and his team had a significant challenge on their hands. How do you craft a follow-up to such a unique film when the element of surprise is no longer there, the original cast isn't available, and a reasonable budget must be adhered to? Yet they succeeded. Here's the story of how 28 Weeks Later came to be. With a broad narrative like that of 28 Days Later, there are endless possibilities to explore. Choosing the right direction for the sequel isn't easy, as a wrong decision could lead to disappointment and harm the potential for a franchise. Think about the challenges faced by sequels like Sinister 2. One early idea discussed by producer Alan Reich was a direct sequel named 29 Days Later. Another concept envisioned a prequel portraying the first 28 days of the epidemic, revolving around British Marines attempting to save the Prime Minister and Queen. When Danny Boyle announced he wouldn't return for the sequel due to his scheduled commitments on Sunshine with Cillian Murphy, he remained involved as an executive producer. Recognizing the need for a fresh perspective, Boyle enlisted Spanish director Juan Carlos Fresnadillo, whose talent he was impressed by after seeing Fresnadillo's 2001 film Intacto. Fresnadillo quickly rose to prominence in Hollywood, attracting offers to direct remakes of internationally acclaimed films such as The Eye and the original version of The Departed. Boyle and 28 Days Later producer Andrew McDonald shared the initial script by Rowan Joffe, known for Before I Go to Sleep. However, they felt the script wasn't living up to its full potential. This prompted them to rework the storyline, focusing on a family seeking a new beginning after the pandemic. The writing team, including Jesus Olmo, together with Boyle and Garland's guidance, added new layers and human elements to the plot. One intriguing early script draft depicted survivors trying to escape a horde of infected and meeting their fate through a military missile attack. Additionally, the script introduced an airborne virus, amplifying the unpredictability of the infection. Ultimately, the final film added an emphasis on ethical dilemmas and personal accountability, rather than simply action scenes. This approach allowed key characters to resonate with the audience on a deeply human level. Robert Carlyle, who had worked with Danny Boyle on Trainspotting and The Beach, agreed to take on the role of Don, motivated by his compelling conversation with Fresnadillo about the character's empathy for the infected, which resonated deeply with the role. Despite Don's morally questionable actions, Carlyle was drawn to the movie's thought-provoking moments. Before his breakout in The Hurt Locker, Jeremy Renner portrayed an American military sniper, showing courage and humanity despite limited screen time. The film also featured talents such as Rose Byrne, Idris Elba, and Harold Perrineau playing American military personnel. Though their roles were short, their performances left a lasting impression. In the film, the children Andy and Tammy, played by Macintosh Muggleton and Imogen Poots, navigated a post-apocalyptic world alongside a morally ambiguous father. Cinematography was led by Spanish director of photography Enrique Chibiac, whose expertise proved valuable in capturing the vibrancy of London and the chaotic energy of the original on a grander scale. Filming locations included the clean new vibe of Canary Wharf in London and the unused platforms at Charing Cross Station. Special effects supervisor Sean Mathian managed over 400 VFX shots with meticulous prep and post-production work. Although Danny Boyle wasn't in the director's chair, he stayed closely involved, even directing the crucial opening sequence. The film's soundscape, particularly John Murphy in the house in a heartbeat, were turned to enhance the dark atmosphere. The film's haunting conclusion depicts French distress calls from an abandoned helicopter and chaos at the Eiffel Tower, signaling the global spread of the infection. Interestingly, the final scene was shot guerrilla-style in Paris, connecting the sequel back to its original roots. Supporting the storyline, Fox Atomic published a graphic novel in 2007, detailing the virus's spread and acting as a bridge between the intimate horror of the first film and the wider catastrophe in the sequel. Marketing for 28 Weeks Later cleverly utilized the iconic imagery of the White Cliffs of Dover, serving as a grim reminder of the contamination. Released on May 11, 2007, the film stood strong at the box office, even amidst Spider-Man 3's intense competition. Its success hinted at more future sequels connecting back to the core themes and moral dilemmas of survival and humanity. The film's story left a standalone impact, posing thought-provoking questions around military intervention and societal recovery, all while delivering impeccable, nail-biting set pieces and intense chases. It's clear 28 Weeks Later is no ordinary sequel. It stands as a thrilling, unforgettable journey. What's your take on the sequel? Did it do justice to its predecessor? Share your thoughts in the comments.